Hello everyone and welcome to the edition of 1874 at Home. This is the 4th edition now. Thank you all for your continued support with these, asking your questions, leaving your comments on social media. It's really appreciative, and obviously it means we can develop it as we go along, get more guests on as we've got today. We've got Mike Koral and Lee Jackson. How are you both doing? What types of things are you doing in lockdown at the moment that you might not have done before?
Working. Working hard.
he doesn't, that's a lie. Honestly, he sits outside and just sunbathes every day.
I've got a nice little setup out there. I've got keeping my laptop hidden under a box. Getting a little tan on.
That's all right for some, isn't it?
Mm.
And Jacko's just too busy shouting down the phone.
Yeah, I have a few arguments on a day-to-day basis, but, you know, it's not too bad. Can't complain.
So now, obviously, unfortunately, the season has ended. It was ended early. It was null and voided. I spoke to you, Jacko, at first about my column a few weeks ago. But for you, Mike, how are you feeling now about it? Obviously, it was frustrating for everybody at the time, but how are you now sorting the feeling about it?
Don't know, really. It's still a bit raw, if anything. I think the start of May would have been what we would have liked to have thought would have been finishing the season as double champions. So, yeah, for me, I think they rushed the decision personally.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to have at least found a solution to finish the season first off. But obviously the welfare of people comes first. So, yeah, it was a bit disappointing. Also, I'd questioned my motivation to carry on playing, as Jacko probably told you for himself. So, yeah, but nothing we can do now.
Yeah, so obviously you spoke about your motivation for playing it. I think that was quite the same for a couple of players. I think Jay Parker was another one on social media. How are the players doing now? How are you yourselves? Do you have that motivation and drive to go again next season and almost finish what we've started this year?
Yeah, I think personally, and sort of collectively, everyone's kind of like when we spoke last week. Is we've said some words, some more vocal than others. We're disappointed, but you know, there's nobody that's not doing anything now. You know, like for example, this morning we're out running, we're doing stuff, and it's kind of just part and parcel of who everyone is in the squad, and sort of credit to everyone. Everyone has words to say, but I think now after we did a Zoom meeting probably about 3 weeks ago now with the whole team, which is good to catch up on. Yeah, everyone sort of touch base. You know, if you're not already speaking, you kind of are now. And everyone's, I think even with work, everyone's kind of looking at a situation now with like, lockdown's great, everyone enjoys it. You know, you roll out of bed to your office, but you know, we kind of want to get back to it now. Football's on TV, and you know, as much as it's great watching, it's not the same. So, but there is talk at the moment that we may be going back in a couple of weeks. We don't know yet, so we'll just have to see what Bose and Goody fancy doing, or if they'll have us back. To be honest, can probably see after this interview getting released.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're back to Jake.
So
I think his biggest concern at the moment is horse racing. I don't think he's thinking about football yet. Horse racing and the baby, I think.
So how proud are you of the performances from the lads over the last season? You know, they may have been null and voided, but the season, as far as we're all concerned, it did happen and there's no changes to that. How proud are you all for the attitude that you had across the season? You know, games where we were down and out looking, in some games like the Skem one at half time, you found the motivation to pull back in the second half and get a 3-2. How proud are you of the performances you put across the whole season?
Yeah, very, very. I think it speaks volumes for the team spirit that we have, the trust in each other's ability to perform and go out there and find ourselves in positions where it might not be ideal, such as being 2-0 down at half time, but having that collective belief to go out there and turn it around. And as you say, we've done that a couple of times this season.
Was that the one that I pinged it 45 yards on the tuppence at 91st minute?
It might be.
It might have been that one, yeah.
I prefer the Longridge one personally, but the Longridge come back.
Oh, right, yeah. I did something, did we?
But yeah, I think, trust in each other's ability. It also comes down to, I think, perhaps the motivation we get from fans as well to maintain that drive throughout the game. I think it could be easy to toss it off in some instances where we may be down. But when you've got that drive from the fans, it also helps motivate.
Now, at this level, obviously, you've both played for various different clubs. A club like 74, where there's such a good big fan base for this level, how much does that add onto your game? Obviously, my column this week is coming up with Sam Hare, and he said that it adds pressure on you, but it wouldn't want it any other way. Is that the same for you two as well?
It's because Arsey just doesn't stop running, does he? He doesn't get off the ball. I wonder if he's feeling the pressure.
Probably out running now, isn't he?
So now, go on.
Go on.
So now I think the internet
Go
broke.
on, Jack. Finish your answer.
Oh, I swear to God. Can we do this individually? I'm not doing this anymore. Airsy's right. It's fantastic. We've all played at different standards, different levels. A lot of us, funny enough, we were all at Congleton. There's probably about 5 or 6 of the squad now that are all at Congleton together, and it's no sort of disrespect to them as a club or anything, but it's massive. Somebody you never met has decided to sort of make a chant about you, say your name, or just a simple hello goes a long way. And it's the type of things that we chat about when we're warming up or whatever. Do you remember that fan? That fan said this. Do you remember when they saw? It's just the little things that obviously they don't get the appreciation shown to them, because we run out, we put the boots on, we're the names technically on the sheet, but we as a team wouldn't end up where we were this year if we only had 3 people in the stands. We hands down, we'd be middle of the table at best, and that's kind of credit to them as well, for being part of what we do.
Quite a lot of credit there. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Oh,
it's quite nice, that.
I know, yeah. I'm not giving it you.
Now, Mike, let's talk about your career in sort of youth football. Obviously, you spent most of your time in an academy. What's that experience like, then changing to playing in non-league after that, from playing in academy football from such a young age to making that adjustment?
Crewe was quite a nice academy, really. It was all about playing football the right way.
You love that, didn't you? Loves Crewe. He's got a football shirt, Crewe.
Yeah. It's not quite framed though yet. It just lends itself well to moving into non-league, in so far as you learn how to play the game from different positions. I wouldn't say I could say my transition to right back was due to learning at Crewe, but I think some of the things, techniques and stuff like that I learned at Crewe did help with that. I lost my scoring ability moving into non-league. That was quite evident. So then I got pushed to the wing.
Then you got old.
Yeah, then I got a little bit older now, yeah. So I've moved back. But I'm happy where I'm at.
And obviously for you, Lee, you took a slightly different path. You were in non-league for quite a while. Obviously, you had your YTS at Stockport County before taking a 1-year goal in America. Now, Kyle mentioned to me last week that when he was at a lad's holiday and got a move to Spain for a year, and he said it was one of the best decisions he ever made, by the fact he was out fending for himself. Is that similar for you when you moved to America?
Yeah, massively. It's a different way, the systems that they have out there, the schooling, the football and stuff like that. I mean, where I was, it was quite hot, so we were up really early, and it's quite it's a shock to the system from living over here when you turn about 19. But it didn't go to plan, kind of thing. I came back and it changed, and I went straight into non-league. But if I had to go back and do it all again, then I wouldn't change it. People can say that they would, but things could have gone better, they could have gone worse. But you go with it, and you're kind of happy with where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Lee, you joined at the start of the season where we had the FA Vars run. What was it, first of all, that made you 74?
Sorry, say that again. It's awful signal.
Sorry. So you joined at the start of the season where we had the FA Vars run. What was it that made you join the club?
I'd done a couple of years at Congleton. I knew one or two of the players that you guys had. And it just kind of got to a point where I needed a bit of a change, sort of with working and stuff. You know, it really was. I enjoyed playing with my friends. I'd probably say that you know, to go in a different direction for me, I enjoy turning up with my friends playing football. And obviously Scott McGowan's one of my closest friends. He lives around the corner. He picks us up, you know, for match days. You know, he makes sure we get there on time most of the time. And yeah, you know, he sold it. He'd been there with you guys, and he said about the club and the fan base, and sort of from minute one, you sort of buy into it, and that's probably why a lot of the team is the type of people that they are. You know, a few of us came from Congleton. There's a few already there, and everyone gets on so well because it's sort of got a culture of player there, and everyone buys into that.
How important is it as a player, you know, to be enjoying your football, and how is that enjoyment that brings about the success that we've had over the last few years?
Yeah, it's massive. I got to the point where at Congleton, when I was on contract, and I just really wasn't enjoying it. I mean, work has a massive factor on football at this level, and players play at different levels depending, unfortunately, you know, their family life and their jobs. And it kind of works in such a way, Bose and Goody, as much as I'll give them grief, and they maybe need to give me a little bit more leniency on a Friday night, but you know, it's one of them, you know, we butt heads, but it is, and all the players buy into that, and we kind of, everyone helps each other, and the enjoyment side is there, because a Tuesday night after work, the last thing that you want to do at about 5:30 at night is travel somewhere like an Ashton, or, you know, as far as Longridge in a rainy day. It takes a lot, and you spend an awful lot of time. Like, we spend ridiculous amounts of time together last season, and you know, friendships are probably wearing thin now after a year. But yeah, you know, everyone's a good mate. It wouldn't surprise me if, you know, half of them turn up, you know, in about an hour's time just for this call. The amount of ones that knew we were doing this and said, "Can we just join?" And it was kind of like, no. So, we couldn't.
I mean, for both of you, really, how difficult is it to balance that work, personal, and then football life that you've got? Because, like you said, you've got to find something, I think, deep within you, you know, to go away and prepare yourself after a busy day at work, to go to somewhere like an Ashton away, or a travel as far as Longridge away. How much does it take out of you over the course of a year?
A lot. I'm not so bad, really. I'm quite fortunate that my office is at Manchester Airport. So that's a 5-minute commute for me. So I'm quite blessed in that regard. But yeah, the toll that it does to, especially the evening games, when you have to wake up early doors to get into work. The morning's normally a write-off, just walking around like a zombie. Sleep after a game's a bit of a myth as it is. So yeah, in that regard, when you're playing up to 40, 50 games a season, it does take its toll on you. But more so from a mental perspective than physical, I'd say. Physical, you condition yourself. You get to that point where you feel fit and ready to play. It's just a mental capacity to get up and go again, especially being at the top of the league as well. That was added pressure to maintain that. So yeah, I wasn't so bad really. It was worse for him.
Yeah, it's tough life. No, it's all right. I mean, obviously I work in Manchester, so travel is not great. But I think this year it's been good because we both do the same thing. So when one of us is a bit tired, the other one gets up. I know, you know, we don't have kids like a lot of the lads in the teams. You know, Jake's just obviously had a newborn. I mean, he struggles anyway to bloody get up on time. So, you know, all the best next year. But, you know, your Jonas, obviously Wooly last year, Scotty. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I don't, you know, I can't even do my own washing.
No, that's true, actually. The washing machine broke. The washing machine's broke. You're spending thousands on getting everything else sorted. The washing machine's been broke for about 5 months now.
You fix it then.
I just pay rent here. That's all.
Oh, right, yeah. Right, yeah. I was cold.
Well,
Wait, you won't be in it.
So you mentioned it there, the ability to get up and go again every single week, being top of the league, that adds added pressure onto you. And I spoke to Wayne numerous times over the season, players like Woolley and Jonah, and they said, "Oh, you've got to go again next week. We're not taking anything for granted for being where you are in the league." What effect does that have on you? How do you keep yourself maintained to go in again every single week and not even thinking, do you know what, actually, we could get this, or we could win the league at the end of the season? Obviously, unfortunately, we haven't, but how do you manage that?
I don't know. It's quite a cliche thing to say. But I have thoughts of us winning the league most games. Just get another one out of the way now. I wouldn't say I got to let it get carried away with it, but
yeah.
Them thoughts were going through my head. I thought going into every game we had the ability to win.
I think it's. I think it's the squad we've got, really. It's the same thing that everyone's out doing stuff now. Before last season, because things didn't go great, everyone was running. We all turned up to pre-season at a fitness level that was, it's been shown this year.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes down to each individual as a personal. So it's sort of like a self-pride. And you can probably say in the team, everyone has a level of self-pride and a standard they keep themselves to. I mean, some boys do keep themselves to, Jonah, a great example, Russie, Sam Hines, they keep themselves to a fitness level which, you can't just turn it on. Yeah, it rubs off. So it rubbed off on them, it rubbed to us, and I guess that rubs off to lads which are new. Apart from Woolley. Apart from Woolley. Yes.
He doesn't have to do much running.
Yeah, he's got a captain's armband, doesn't have to run, he just sits there and dawdles as the word, I don't know.
So now, the season before last, we had quite a problem with goalkeepers getting one to stick or finding the right keeper. Obviously, Tony left in the pre-season, and then we went through quite a few others. But how important is it as a defender to have a strong keeper behind you? It must ebb through the confidence. If you've got someone behind you that he's going to be saving nearly everything that comes at him, it must help you with your game, and you can play a little bit more expansively.
Yeah.
Tony, isn't it? It's Tony.
Yeah, got the confidence of Big T.
It's Big T, isn't it? It's massive. A keeper that, he wouldn't say boo to a goose, but nobody else knows that, and obviously, hopefully, nobody watches this. But I mean, he's a goalkeeper by nature. I mean, you take him on a night out and his hands are everywhere. Honestly, it's unbelievable to keep him under control. But no, he's great. He's easily one of the best keepers I've played with, and he's fantastic. He's kicking, he's handling, his presence. All credit to him as well. And he's not old. He's not been about long. He's a young lad. He's got he's got a lot of potential. He's just got to stop turning up at our house on a Friday.
Now, Mike, one thing I think we should obviously mention is your transition from joining as a striker, playing on the wing, to then moving to right back. First of all, how did you feel about that at the time when Gage Blair went off injured at Charlotte Richard, you then filled in at right back? What conversations after that game that then made that position cemented?
After the game, there was no conversation, I don't think. Goody and Bose don't really have much to say to me. I think they just plonked me there to see how I got on. Fortunately, I enjoyed it, to be honest. Firstly, going there in the Charnock game was a bit new, but I had Larry next to me who was never short of a word. So he was keeping me in check. And then, just from that, I just took to it, really. I sort of enjoyed the getting on the ball more is something that struck me. Having more space to move into and bomb on really round the right winger, whoever that may be.
You wanted to be closer to me, didn't you?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. He wanted.
You wanted to get closer, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Don't spend enough time together.
But yeah, it's enjoyed. I'd actually say moving forward now that would be my position, to be honest.
I was going to say, because Buddy mentioned in the comments for asking the questions too, you mentioned to both of you, are you both happy in the positions that you play? And obviously, Lee, you moved to play centre back rather than the natural left back. Do you both see yourselves as centre backs and right backs now?
I personally, yeah, as a right back, but I don't know what Lee's answer to that would be. I think it's valid.
I don't know. I've enjoyed it. It's been great this year winning. I'll be honest. I got no clue going into next year. We've got 2 left backs in Russ Eaton that can run for days. Then we've got Mitch and Pritch back next year. Then there's Jonah. I'm thinking I might just take a roll up as a coach or something, or like play a liaison and like something like that. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. Ever since that Liverpool game, I think it started off on such a good note last year. And the way that they get us to play, it's on the floor, it's fast paced, and it allows somebody like myself, who's not 6'2", to get on the ball and use other attributes and get involved, like Mike said. So the way that we play and the way that we've done this year is sort of credit to the managers and credit to the players, and it's kind of allowed me to enjoy centre half.
Yeah, I think just touching on that, I think that also helped the transition moving to right back, being such a possession-based team. Perhaps if it was in a different team going back there and getting pelters, then it might be a different opinion. But I think that certainly helps the way that we play.
That was another question I had, is that how quickly do you all buy into the ethos that Bowen Goody set out, being a possession team? You hear him very often on the side shouting, keep playing, get it wide. You hear it so often across the season, but how important was that for you, that you all bought into that to then start making the progress that we made over the season?
Yeah, can't argue with it at all. The ethos that we have. Again, just going back to playing at Crewe, that was the way that we played. So I'd never known really otherwise. And then going into non-league, there is a perception that there is quite a lot of long ball, which was true at some of the teams I played with. And then coming into this team, I've not really ever experienced a team that plays like this in this league and be successful at it. The ability that we have to break teams down through the possession and the way that we play is, to me, it's great. And to be involved in that and to see everyone get on board with that and enjoy it, even though you may have some moaners here and there. It's good to be part of. Now,
you mentioned to me in the response to the stuff from my column, I couldn't put it into the column, but it did go into the fanzine. And I should mention actually that the fanzine issue 4 is out now. Two Bags has done great work with that, so I'll give that a little bit of a plug. But you mentioned it was sort of made over a night out. Was there more than it just than a night out that the back four came together? Because obviously you all moved around from different positions. Or how did you all manage to mould together?
Are we narrowing it down to one night out, or like are we talking over a game? Because we definitely had more than one night out over the season. You know what? It's funny you say that, but like you said, everyone works, everyone plays football. Everyone's got families. You haven't really got a lot else left. So, what have you got? 2 options: you go on a night out, or you invite one of them over for a Chinese. I know which one I'm doing. So, we had a cup run. Kyle wouldn't have told you. We had a cup when we went on the cup run. And that's when Kyle said that it was the first time that I actually had a conversation with him. I'll be honest, I was quite happy not to give him the ball. Because Scotty was my mate. I'll tell him that, but I love him to bits now. But yeah, you know what? We won the cup, and it was fantastic last year. We all went out, we all arranged it, and it was nice because everyone's very different, but everyone's the same. And from there, it's kind of just built on. Everyone's involved in the jokes in the changing rooms. There's no one ever left out, apart from Nathan, because he won't come out for a drink. He's
Kane as well is a bit questionable.
No, he came out once and he went home early. Don't let him tell you that he actually likes a drink. He went home early to go to TikTok and start doing some coaching with his parents. He actually cancelled on us tomorrow.
Yeah.
But But you mentioned it though, it's the fact that you are all the same. It's one thing, moving from positions and doing well, but to have the best defence in the league, it really does take into another level. And Callum Gardner mentioned to me in my column this week that the amount of trust that you all have in each other, how much does that play across the season?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I think I touched on it previously, that the trust that we do have in each other and to give each other the ball. I know Carl would like the ball a lot more.
I'd like him to win a header and get back, but we can't all win, can we?
But then you see Cal produce moments of magic when he puts it top in, so you sort of say, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's everyone does. I mean, the lads from the back to the lads in midfield. I mean, for us, obviously probably a bit different for him, but like probably myself and Russie and Jonah, we keep it quite simple. We give it to the lads in front, and we pretty much just say, "Go have fun. We're going to hang out back here and defend," and that's fine with us. You got someone who's Scotty up top. You've got 6 wingers that can probably be, and are better than any wingers in these leagues, if not the league above. They're quicker. So it is. Yeah, it is work this year. It's really easy to have a conversation, and hopefully we have that next year. But time will tell. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Teams will come at us differently.
You mentioned the depth before, about your own game, with the amount of depth we've got in the defence. We've got that in the wingers, in the forwards as well, and in the midfield. How much is that a good problem? I mean, from a fan's perspective, it's a horrible but brilliant problem to have. And we were discussing it earlier in the week, me and my brother, on about, well, who might play, what might happen over the years, and these are good problems to have. How much are they for players having a good bit of competition in the side?
For players, I think that it drives them if they're not in the team and they see that we're producing the results that we are. If you're missing out on that, then certainly gives them a kick up the arse, I think, to at least get into the team, and when they are given that opportunity to perform well. And I think that was also evident over the course of the season. You had players coming in and producing when it was needed. That squad in depth's not something that you also see across this league, I don't think.
How much? What have been your favourite memories at 74 then so far? Obviously, Lee, you've been here slightly longer than Mike, but what have been your favourite memories so far?
Overall, I think it's that cup win. We could have a chat about other things.
Yeah.
The cup win last year was great because I think it's a win for everyone. It's a win for the players. It's a win for the club. It's a win for the fans. And like we said, everyone involved in that, it means a lot to everyone. Everyone sort of thrives off each other. So I think it's that. We could talk about little things as like, away days in the cup and stuff like that, but it didn't really come to anything. We didn't win the Vase. We lost in the Vase, and we'd probably say we didn't perform the best in the semi-finals. So it's not a great memory, although it is. So that win last year was massive, and then it's just sort of taken us on this year.
It's kick-started.
Yeah, so some lads may not get another opportunity. We may never get another opportunity, but it's one that we'll look back on and say it's been probably a great 11, 12 months, and you can't change that. No one can take that away now. That's in the memory bank.
So, what do you hope to achieve next season? Not just individually, but also for the team as well. What do you hope to go on and achieve next season?
I actually hope to start. That'd be nice. Goody and Bose can give me a little bit of leniency. That'd be fantastic. But no, next year, it's individually and collectively, it's so up in the air. We may not start till October. There'll be players that come and go next year. We can't all sit there and say that won't change. But for myself, working and personally, it's hopefully I can improve, individually, but as a team, I just hope we can, go on and basically do what we should have done this year. It'd be nice to get promoted. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Promoted from this league. Stick it to a few of the teams, which I can't stand, but that's just players. But no, it would be. But it's a long way off, and there's so many unknowns at the moment for us players, personal situations for some lads. So you don't know what's going to happen next year. So, it all well and good. Hopefully we can go on next year and we can go take the lead. So we'll just take it one day at a time. And that's what we did this year. We didn't overlook anything. We didn't presume that we deserved it. We went out every day and tried our best.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you just touched on it there. The season could start in October. We don't know when things will start. We don't know when football at our level will resume. How difficult is it to keep up with the pre-season plan that Bowen Goody will send you every season? Obviously, you buy into the fitness. You said it's about self-pride before, but how do you keep on top of it and maintain it all?
Don't know. It's a good question.
I deleted mine.
Yeah. Email.
Didn't even respond to it for about 10 minutes.
I think that drive comes down to the individual, I think, at this moment in time, with nothing being cemented for next season. I think we're quite lucky that we both maybe drive each other to push each other to exercise. And like he said before, we've gone to the track this morning to have a bit of a run around. So yeah, I think it's more individuals and their capacity to want to do that.
Absolutely. Now then, that is all the stuff on the playing side done. Now we can have a bit of fun with this. What would be your 74-5-a-side team? Now you can do this together, or you can do it individually.
We'll go joint managers.
Yeah, we're not playing, by the way.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, okay.
One can get in trouble on a Friday if they've gone out.
Okay, yeah.
Not that that's happened before.
No, it's not actually.
No.
Just a hypothetical.
Yeah, I didn't make that game. Anywho,
5-a-side, big T's got to be in there.
Do we have to? I'm sick of seeing it. He'll be on the phone in a minute. Yeah, we'll put Big T in there.
Got you up top.
Yeah, we need a lift to games. So we need a lift to games. Yeah, so Big T in goal. Scotty up top, and that's because he's probably around the corner. He'll beat us up if we don't say that. Come on, you go one, I'll go. No pressure.
No pressure.
I'm gonna get another beer. But yeah. One second. Could take a while. This.
I'll have to throw Jake in there.
Good choice.
In there.
That's because you're gambling friends.
Well, yeah, can't fucking sever that, can I?
Gambling friends. Jesus. You know what? Just for the sake of his music choice, I'm going to throw Airzy in there. He's got. I was a YT with Airzy, and you can see what he can do with the ball. So it worked well. Him and Jake, they can feed it. Scotty up top.
Defender now. All action man, Jonah, is it?
Yeah, Jonah. It's not me or you. Yeah, it's got to be big team there.
Quite a solid team.
Jonah can cover, all the defence by himself while probably having a brew. We'll let Airzy and Jake play with their own ball, and then Scotty can put in net, and then we'll just co-manage.
Yeah, and keep Cal on the bench
keep Cal on the bench. He's never going on.
Everyone so far has picked Big T. I just don't think anyone can beat him in a 5-a-side goal.
No, covers it.
Just don't take him on a night out with you. Honestly, useless.
Now, I asked you both earlier in the week to come up with some truths and lies about yourself. Now, I hope you haven't spoke to each other about it, because these are good. So, Lee, we will start with yours first. So, Mike, you've got to guess about which one of these are true and the lie about Lee. So the first one is that Lee hates spicy food. The second one is before that you moved in, Mike, Big T used to sleep in your bed and Lee's never told you. And the third one is, as a child, Lee used to be an avid bird watcher and had a scrapbook noting the type of birds that he saw and where he saw them. Now you can ask him as many questions as you want about this.
I know he doesn't like spicy food. He cries about that quite often. I am aware that Tony has spent a night in my bed before I actually moved in, so it leads me to believe the whole bird watching and
I didn't clarify what birds.
What birds?
It could be girls. It could be.
What? When you were a kid?
I don't know. Mate, I might have a scrapbook upstairs.
You might have a scrapbook. No, I'm going with that being the lie.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do like them though. I do like going on a walk. I can have a walk. It's just.
I was really wishing that you did have a scrapbook.
Would have been kind of cute, that.
I do. It's just probably not full with like Robins.
Daily plan instead.
Yeah, daily plan.
Now, Mike, it's time for yours. The first one, same principle, Lee. Mike played Robin Hood in a school musical. He was asked to go on the ITV dating show Dress to Impress. And finally, he was a part of a high school band which appeared on the live auditions of The X Factor called The Astronauts.
Are you like a High School Musical fan?
Listen.
Right, what was the first one?
My voice.
The first one.
Voice of an angel.
The first one was that Mike played Robin Hood in a school musical.
Either one of these, if this is true, is unbelievable. I think it's C. Can't be true. Honestly, I've heard him singing every morning in the shower. It is actually painful.
You're right. That is the lie. However, Mike, I want to know more about this Robin Hood story.
I was primary school. It's year 6, age 11. Just
Oh God!
auditioned for the role of Robin Hood and landed it. Yeah, and had to propose to Maid Marian and sing to her. Kind of cute. It was pretty. I sort of dressed up as well. I had a nice little hat to go on.
Oh wow!
Sure, my mum's got the video of it somewhere. I'll have to.
I'm actually going to start calling you Robin now. Robin.
Yeah, Robin Hood.
Oh dear Lord, help me.
Now, another thing that Lee mentioned to me earlier in the week is the story of the broken mug.
Oh yeah.
Did you break Lee's Harry Potter mug, Mike, and put it back in the cupboard and never tell him?
No, that wasn't me. It wasn't
Absolute
me.
lie.
I have no recollection of this. So,
Right, who put a mug with a
Yeah.
broken handle
some evil
Back-
person, and it wasn't me.
back in the cupboard without telling the person who owns it?
Well, yeah,
Somebody that's a liar.
someone that's a liar and someone that wasn't me.
Nobody else lives here.
People, we had someone
Could
came
have been
around.
Big T.
Yeah, I reckon Big T just did it.
Big T hasn't been anywhere near us. This is shambles.
I can confirm.
I want a lie detector.
Yeah, fine.
Now, this is one question that Two Bags of Sand submitted last week, but I think I might just ask people every week it. Would you rather fight one Scott McGowan-sized duck or 100 duck-sized Scott McGowans?
Don't know, I feel like there's been a few times when he's been around the house it's been pretty close.
100? What? 100?
Duck-sized
Scott McGowans or one?
Scott McGowan-sized duck.
Can it be a 2-on-1?
It'd be the duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scotland side.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll be quicker than him.
Yeah.
We'll outrun him.
Now then, we now move on to the Twitter and Facebook questions. And once again, I will say the Riff Raff have been extremely busy this week and submitted about 10 or 12 questions, all in a similar vein. So the first one.
You message your mum back.
I've got that down. Would you rather have feet for hands or backwards knees?
Feet for hands, I think.
Feet for hands?
Yeah.
Nah, backwards knees. Could in the air.
What?
Could in the air? Well, you couldn't. Coming in the air with your feet.
Anyway.
Here's another good one. Another one from the Riff Raff. Would you rather become twice as strong when both your fingers are in your ears or crawl twice as fast as you can run?
What?
Crawl. Crawl twice as fast as I can run. That would be quite scary, I think.
A little bit weird.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
This one's from the fan engagement Twitter account. Who is the quickest out of the two of you?
I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't be confident enough to back it either way.
How far?
Yeah.
Say 100 metres.
100 metres.
I think you'd take it. I'll beat you to 800. I'll take you over 20. You take me over anything longer.
Go on, we'll go with that.
So he runs the pit too short. Dash is to cover him because he's away with the fairies up there.
Now, this one is from Vicky. You've answered your best moment for 74 before, but who leads each other astray?
Quite a leading question. I'm not sure I appreciate the connotations.
I feel this could come back and
astray.
Yeah.
As if someone's exerting a negative influence over the other. I'm not sure about that.
I feel like we've all got a mind of our own, and you choose to do whatever you are as an adult.
One thing, I never touched a drop of alcohol before moving in.
That is absolutely a lie.
So you can say that's leading me astray. I'm not sure.
I can hold my hands up, right, and say, I can put the idea to somebody, but I think it takes a weak person to
conform.
Exactly. And I may cop it in the changing rooms, which is fair enough. And somebody just sits in the corner and stays quiet. It's actually a shambles. Sits there.
Yeah, quite happily.
So, on the TV show Golden Balls, would you split or steal?
Ooh.
I'd steal and pay for a Harry Potter mug.
I'd also steal because he's already robbing off me with the amount of rent I've got to pay.
Joke. Honestly.
So we both go over.
Matt, do you want a new house? Do you want to move in there?
I can do. And here is one now from Mrs. Koral. Mike, when are you going to go see your mum next week?
I think that was quite cheeky. Really. I saw it the weekend. Well, yeah, I mean, I am just going to drop the washing off because I said earlier that the washing machine is currently out of action.
Oh, we got a new kitchen and now I'm copying it.
Yeah, but yeah, she'll be seen sometime this week, I think.
Here we go. Now, would you rather say all your sentences backwards or communicate only using charades for a week?
Struggle with English anyway. Yeah, I'll just go charades.
Try and wing it, sentences backwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Now this one's from Ben Spencer. Now, as soon as you live together, what are your pet hates about each other?
He breaks my mug and puts it away and doesn't tell me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's really any pet hates. The only thing that comes to mind is that my pan's been ruined. My frying pan.
I'll buy you a new pan.
Ruined. You said that 2 weeks ago.
You've not sent me a link. No, there isn't. I don't know. It works well. We've not argued. Probably the worst argument we're going to have is after this. But cheers for it.
Oh no worries.
But yeah.
No complaints.
And finally, what's the best game you've been a part of at any level?
Mine would be the FA Youth Cup at Ellen Road with
Crew.
Yeah,
shock.
Yeah, we won 1-0 against Leeds. Closely followed by the Mackin Cup final last year.
Mine would possibly be the cup final last year for one reason and one reason only. I've just remembered. They took you off, didn't they? And we won.
Yeah.
And you were right, mate.
They took me off, yeah. 0-0. Tired.
Yeah.
Cramping, I think.
Cramping.
It's a hot day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the cup final. I think it was. I mean, I've not played it such a higher level really than this. So yeah, it's probably that for an overall thing for me personally.
And finally, we'll end it on this. What does it mean for playing for 1874? Obviously, everyone knows the history behind the club. Won't touch on that too much. But what is it about the club that you love playing for? Whether it's the people off the pitch, the work that goes on behind the scenes, or even for your relationship, with Bo and Goody and the rest of the players.
Yeah, all of it for me, from top to bottom. I haven't experienced a club like this in non-league. Being fan run, I think it's an example to a lot of clubs in non-league. From the top to the very bottom.
I think it's all of it. But for me personally, it's sort of the generosity of how much they give back. Like, we finished this season, and the kit man gave us a couple of towels to take home as memorabilia. That one. And we do our workouts out there on 2 there. And, I mean, you don't really get that at any other club that are willing to sort of like share their equipment with you, and it goes a long way. That's so good.
I knew you were going to get that in.
I'm so not allowed that next year. But it is. The club, the fans, and everything, and just doing this. You can tell like this. We planned like our whole week around this, and it means a lot.
Yeah, you got your haircut this morning, didn't you? Specifically for this.
You bought a new T-shirt, didn't you?
No,
yeah. But like last week, Kyle, like you said, I mean, he tried to get us to FaceTime him in right now. Tony's been trying to come around all week. Ayres's messaging to get in a 5-a-side seat. It all goes on, and it's all sort of credit to the club basically that they're able to put something together that allows players and fans to enjoy it all together.
Nice, and that's excellent. Thank you both for joining me this week. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, once again, everyone's enjoy it. Please let us know your comments, other players that you'd like to see on in the next few editions. We'll keep this going, hopefully, for as long as we can. We'll get some board members on soon to talk about things that are going on off the field. So, yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I do appreciate it.